The soot fell like black snow into our fireplace. When I found that yellowed piece of paper, it was Christmas Eve 2023, and I was doing the annual cleaning of the chimney in our newly purchased home. A Victorian relic that we got for a surprisingly low price in the historic center of Pine Grove. The paper was perfectly preserved, as if it had been placed there that morning, not decades ago. The childish handwriting, shaky but legible, read, "Dear Santa, please bring my little sister back. Mom said she went to live with the angels, but I know you can find her. I promise to be the best boy in the world if you bring Sarah back. With love, Tommy Marshall, December 24th, 1954. My heart tightened as I read those words. As a father of a 5-year-old girl, the thought of losing a child chilled my soul. I tucked the letter into my pocket, planning to research the Marshall family later. If you're enjoying this horror story, don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any updates. It was then that I heard my daughter Lucy laughing upstairs. She was playing in her room while I cleaned the fireplace. But something about that laughter sounded different, sharper, as if another child were with her. "Lucy, is someone there with you, dear?" "Yes, Daddy?" Sarah came to play. A chill ran down my spine. Lucy didn't know the contents of the letter. She couldn't even read yet. I rushed up the stairs, the old steps creaking under my feet. The air grew colder with each step. The door to Lucy's room was ajar, and a music box tune leaked through the crack. A distorted version of Silent Night. I didn't remember buying any music box. I slowly pushed the door open. Lucy was sitting in the middle of the room, surrounded by her dolls. But something was wrong with the scene. The shadows seemed denser in the corners, and I was sure some of the dolls weren't ours. "Who are you playing with, Princess?" Lucy pointed to an empty space beside her. "Sarah. She said she's looking for her brother. Do you know Tommy, Daddy?" At that moment, all the lights in the house flickered simultaneously. The temperature dropped so much that I could see my own breath. And then, in the mirror of Lucy's dresser, I saw a reflection that shouldn't be there. A girl in a white dress, with dark hair and hollow eyes, standing behind my daughter. Have you ever had an inexplicable experience? What would you do if you found an old letter like this? When I blinked, the image was gone. But the letter in my pocket felt heavier, as if it had gained a life of its own. And then I noticed, the signature at the end was different. It now read, "You will help me find my brother, won't you?" I spent the night researching the Marshall family in old city records. What I discovered left me even more disturbed. In December 1954, Sarah Marshall, 6 years old, died in an accident while decorating the Christmas tree. Her brother Tommy, 8 years old, never recovered from the loss. He disappeared on Christmas Eve the following year, after writing several letters to Santa, asking for his sister's return. The power outages continued in the following days. Lucy began to talk more and more about Sarah, describing details that a 5-year-old child wouldn't be able to invent. Sarah said she fell off the ladder while hanging an angel. Tommy tried to hold her, but he couldn't. She recounted during breakfast. The decorations began to behave strangely. The lights on the tree flickered, forming patterns as if transmitting messages in Morse code. Ornaments changed positions during the night, and the music from the invisible music box played louder and louder, especially at night. "Something's wrong with this house," Diana whispered one night, after Lucy had gone to bed. "Yesterday, I found all the family photos turned upside down, and I swear I heard children singing Silent Night in the basement." What would you do if your Christmas decorations started moving on their own? The next morning, I found Lucy sitting in the living room, staring intently at the Christmas tree. All the red ornaments had been gathered on a single branch, forming a pattern that resembled drops of blood dripping down. "Sarah is sad because Tommy never plays with her anymore," Lucy said, without taking her eyes off the tree. "She said she needs our help to find him." "Lucy dear, that was a long time ago." "No, Daddy. Tommy is still here. Sarah can feel him." She turned to me, her eyes strangely opaque. "She says he's trapped, just like she was before." That afternoon, while rummaging through the basement for more clues, I found something disturbing behind a pile of old boxes. A false wall, and behind it, a small sealed door. Carved into the wood, in childish letters, "Sorry, Sarah. Now we can be together forever." The air around me turned icy, and the music from the music box began to play again. louder than ever. Through the distorted melody, I could clearly hear a child's voice whispering, "Please help me find my brother. You shouldn't have done that. This isn't how I wanted to come back." I couldn't sleep that night. The discovery in the basement haunted me, and the words from the letter wouldn't leave my mind. Around 3 in the morning, I heard footsteps in the hallway. Light footsteps, like those of a child, followed by the unmistakable sound of childish laughter. I left my room, trying not to wake Diana. In the hallway, I saw wet footprints on the carpet, small marks leading to Lucy's room, but they weren't water footprints. As I got closer, I realized they were dark stains, with a familiar metallic smell. "Lucy," I called, feeling panic rise. "Lucy, where are you?" "Down here, Daddy." Her voice came from the lower floor. "We're looking for Tommy." I rushed down the stairs, following the footprints that now marked each step. The Christmas tree was lit, its lights flickering frantically. In its reflection on the window, for a moment, I saw 2 children holding hands. One was Lucy. The other was a pale girl, in a white dress, stained with red. Lucy was kneeling by the fireplace, digging in the ashes with her small hands. Next to her, floating a few inches off the ground, was Sarah. There were no more doubts. I could see her clearly now, her translucent form glowing with a sickly blue light. "Come," she said, extending her hand. "Mommy and Daddy are waiting." The light from the Christmas tree pulsed one last time, and I had to close my eyes. When I opened them again, the ashes had settled, and the air was clear. The music from the music box had stopped. Lucy was in my arms. I don't remember picking her up. In the fireplace, I found 2 objects: the original letter, now blank, and a small glass angel I had never seen before. They say some houses hold more than just memories. Sometimes, they hold stories that need to be told, pains that need to be healed. That Christmas, our family didn't just witness one of those stories. We became part of it. What do you think really happened that night? Share your interpretation in the comments. We still live in the house, and Lucy occasionally says she sees 2 children playing in the garden when it snows. I don't know if they are really Tommy and Sarah, but on Christmas nights, when the lights are low and the silence of the snow envelops everything, I sometimes hear a distant, joyful laugh, as if 2 children are finally at peace, and that glass angel, it has a special place at the top of our Christmas tree. Sometimes, when the light hits it at just the right angle, I swear I see 2 small faces smiling back.